Hello, welcome to another marvelous video. I'm Grayson Ottaway. Today we're going to talk about an elder goddess from the universe of Mortal Kombat, an elder goddess of life, virtue, and light, to be precise. You got it, it's Cetrion. She is the fallen elder god Shinnok's sister and a titaness, and being the keeper of time, Kronika's daughter. She also helps her mother balance the worlds. Cetrion is one of the Mortal Kombat 11's two secondary antagonists, along with Geras, and a supporting antagonist in the DLC narrative mode in Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. Depending on her involvement in her mother's intentions, she could be one of the franchise's key enemies. Fasten your seatbelts, we are about to get started. Before though we go into our explanation, a very small request: if you like our content, please support us by subscribing to this channel. Little click for you, but for us it means a great deal. Thank you. History of Cetrion. Cetrion first appeared in Mortal Kombat 11 as a sub-boss and tertiary adversary in the game's story mode, so this character was never there in the original timeline of the franchise. Cetrion, like Shinnok, is revealed to be a sleeper agent for Kronika during the events of Mortal Kombat 11. For centuries, they played a complicated game. She protected life, light, and virtue, while Shinnok defended death, darkness, and corruption. Kronika's goals were for both to live indefinitely, preserving the balance of these vital parts of the cosmos. However, after Raiden caused a massive and irreversible imbalance between good and evil by decapitating Shinnok, thus permanently removing him from the game. In order to help her mother create a new era, she deceived her fellow elder gods in the same manner her brother did. The new era in which Cetrion and Shinnok would once more pit the realms against each other, battle an eternal struggle. Initially, she is seen with the other elder gods lecturing Raiden about their inability to stop Kronika from initiating a new era. However, she subsequently turns her back on them, condemning Raiden for his delay in returning to the heavens when trying to stop her mother. She then makes her way to the island of the deceased evil sorcerer Shang Tsung, where she is able to steal the crown of Kronika by putting Jackie Briggs' life in danger in front of the former Jax Briggs. During their mission to rescue and enlist the supernatural ferryman Charon, Scorpion and Sub-Zero soon came across her. She was holding a bridge made of many boulders and rocks across the bottomless sea of blood in the Netherrealm, with her psychic abilities for the recruited demonic army to travel to the Isle of Kronika and defend it against Raiden and his allies. At the same time, Kronika finished her work involving the enigmatic Hourglass. She subsequently makes another appearance at the game's climactic battle with Liu Kang, who was reincarnated at her mother's keep on the Isle of Kronika, itself a fire deity. She loses the fight, even though she is just as strong as Liu Kang, because she secretly doubts her mother's goals. This is demonstrated by the fact that if she obtained the Hourglass in a non-canon ending, she used it to guarantee that the side of good always triumphed in conflicts against evil. Nevertheless, in the canon ending, she decides to give her life to increase the crowned Kronika's power over time. After that, we see Cetrion in the DLC story mode of Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. After Kronika's loss, Raiden and Fire God Liu Kang attempt to rewrite history using Kronika's Hourglass, but they are prevented by Nightwolf, Fusion, and Shang Tsung, all of whom Kronika locked in the void for refusing to join her. As the Crown of Souls was destroyed when Liu Kang defeated Kronika, according to Shang Tsung, the Hourglass cannot be utilized anymore to alter history without shattering it. He persuades Liu Kang to dispatch him, Nightwolf, and Fusion back in time to locate the Crown of Souls before Cetrion arrives. Despite Raiden's reservation about Shang Tsung's motivations, Liu Kang complies and sends them back, while he stays back to guard the Hourglass. Shang Tsung decides that the only way to confront Cetrion on his island is to revive Sindel, so that they travel to the Netherrealm and capture her revenant. When Shang Tsung returns to Outworld, He exploits Shiva's blood debt to Sindel to gain entrance to the Soul Chamber and restore Sindel amid severe opposition from Kitana and her friends. Sindel travels to his island with Shang Tsung and the others, where Sindel battles and defeats Cetrion and assists the gang in capturing the crown. What is Cetrion like? Cetrion resembles a human at first glance, but she has dull purple skin, seaweed-like green hair, and small green spots surrounding her similarly glowing eyes that are like sparkling stars. Her clothes appear to be made using teal crystal, green plant debris, and thin brown strands wrapped around her neck, body, and waist. Also, chunks of crystal form a rough ring behind her head, which floats like a halo. Cetrion's domain is nature and life, which grants her influence over the elements of earth, such as fire, water, light, and air. Although she appears to be a pillar of peace and light on the surface, she is, first and foremost, dedicated to her mother. She's entirely ready to perpetrate atrocities, even murdering her fellow elder gods to further her mother's purposes. Cetrion is proven to be hypercritical in this regard, as well as ruthless and dark as Shinnok. Nonetheless, Cetrion's acts, like Kronika's, are motivated by a very relativist and divine view of balance that requires her and her brother to keep tying the worlds into their fight, a vision staunchly rejected by Raiden. Liu Kang notes that obeying Kronika's vision weakens Cetrion, who is the elder goddess of virtue, because it clearly contradicts the exact idea she is meant to stand for. Nonetheless, Cetrion feels that the highest virtue is adhering to her mother's wish for balance, and Liu Kang demonstrates in combat that her heart cannot support such stupidity. As a result, it is gently indicated that she and maybe Shinnok are only puppets of Kronika herself, unaware of their role in a much larger scheme. What makes Cetrion so deadly? Cetrion is one of the Elder Gods, a race of gods that is only inferior to the Titans and the One Being in might. Cetrion employs the elements earth, air, water, and fire, as opposed to her brother, who utilizes more destructive powers. She can also mix elements to create energy, ice, metal, magma, and other substances. She particularly enjoys shaping enormous rocks out of the dirt to use as weapons against her foe. Other powers that Cetrion possesses include the capacity to enlarge to the point of towering over the planets, the ability to manipulate objects telekinetically, the freedom to move above the ground, the ability to call forth volcanoes, and the capacity to produce force fields made of various elements, each with a unique set of advantages. Similar to Geras, Cetrion is not impacted by her mother's capacity to control or to modify time. As a result, even as the timeline changes, she may fulfill her mother's wish to complete the new era without any hindrance. She can never actually be killed because she is an elder goddess herself. She did, however, end up dying after sacrificing her life for Kronika's cause, showing that death may happen to her at the hands of strong beings, or if she chooses. With her moveset, Cetrion primarily uses zoning to prevent her enemy from engaging her in hand-to-hand combat. This is demonstrated by her combat abilities, which include the ability to summon metal blades and plant appendages, as well as shockwaves. Other than that, she is also able to generate water beams, swift tornadoes with pure energy projections, and fast-moving tornadoes, all of which allow her to either knock opponents away or inflict damage on them from a distance. Cetrion demonstrates that she is a very worthy opponent, even at close quarters, because she is, at the very least, highly capable of killing entire planets. She has a plethora of signature moves. One of her main signature moves is called Hell's Wrath, where Cetrion ascends into the air and directs a fire beam in the direction of her adversary. She may also execute this technique while in the air. The attack can be applied at various distances. Another one is called Natural Barrier, where a temporary shield that can stop a missile in its tracks in front of Cetrion is created created by many tiny rocks that she lifts from the ground. The wall may also be erected in front of the adversary. Cetrion shoots the boulders like shrapnel towards her opponent when the move is amplified. She possesses two sets of fatalities. The first one is called Maintaining Balance, where Cetrion tears off the opponent's face as he creates water out of thin air, gives it a little flourish, and then fires it in a pressured torrent. The enemy's bottom half is then set ablaze by a plume of flames, and Cetrion ends them by piercing the remainder of their body with three metallic blades as they struggle helplessly to try and escape. The second fatality is called Good and Evil. Cetrion conjures a swarm of boulders from the earth, smashing her opponent with them before trampling the victim's skull. This destroys the rocks and paralyzes the opponent. Cetrion completes her fatality by expanding to astronomical proportions and blasting a beam into the opponent that obliterates everything but their limbs. Apart from this, Cetrion possesses a wide range of brutalities and a special friendship finisher called Sweet Serenity, which made its debut in Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. Cetrion conjures out a large tree with the vines making a swing on which she can swing on. Interesting facts you didn't know about Cetrion. Ceres, the Roman term for Demeter, the Greek goddess of fertility and harvest, certainly inspires Cetrion's name and her persona. Another probable etymology fact is the Russian term Cetyr and its Slavic cognates, which imply four, in allusion to the four classical elements of nature that Cetrion has total control over. The amulet of Cetrion, a treasure bearing Cetrion's name, can be found in one of the 25 head chests positioned at the row of spikes next to the 25 head sculptures erected on the Xiuan walls in front of the legendary warrior's shrine. It is located amongst the ruins of Shang Tsung's island within the Lost Sea between Outworld and Earthrealm, and is concealed within one of these chests. After Devora, Sindel, and Natara, Cetrion is the fourth female character to fly. After Shinnok, Cetrion is the second elder god that is playable. However, Shinnok has always been a fallen elder god in all of his playable occurrences, making Cetrion the first fully realized elder god to be playable. The marvelous verdict. One thing we cannot repeat enough is that Cetrion is an elder goddess, so that makes her more powerful than most fighters in the world of Mortal Kombat. Being the sister of Shinnok, she is equally powerful as her maniac brother. The only thing holding her back is her loyalty to her mother. She may become just as dangerous or more so if she decides to take issues into her own hands. As she has total control over Earth's 5 elements, it is safe to say that Cetrion is Mother Nature herself. And that is Cetrion. What do you think about Cetrion? Please let us know in the comments below. And if you like our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Do have a good one, and please be safe.